Disclaimer: 6inc does not act as a securities dealer or advisor and does not register to do so under applicable securities law. The accuracy of any statements made by individuals interviewed is not verified by 6inc. These individuals or the firms they represent are solely responsible for their statements. Nothing in this interview is a recommendation by 6inc for any securities, nor is it investment advice or a substitute for professional investment advice. All investments in securities carry risks. Everyone's investment needs are different. Investors should obtain professional advice from a registered investment dealer, advisor, or other professional third party. For a full disclaimer, please see below or at www.6.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Report. I'm here with Mark LePage, Vice President of Business Development at GFG Resources, to discuss their recent news release. And Mark, you're here to talk about the closing of the company's recent private placement, which was oversubscribed from the initial announcement of $3 million to nearly $4.2 million. What were the key drivers of GFG's ability to upsize and close your recent financing in this challenging market?
Yeah, the big factor for us was the fact that we had Alamos Gold come in as a lead order for the financing. From the success that we had in 2022, they increased their position back to 9.9% of the company. That certainly sent a strong message to the market. We also had several other current investors that supported the financing and were able to close the book in pretty short order. In these challenging environments, it's tough to see upsized or oversubscribed financings, especially in the exploration space. But the fact that our investors really trust management, they've seen our track record. We had a really great year in 2022 on the back of some really great drill results. They know that capital's going to be going into something that has the ability to be the next Timmins gold deposit.
So how do you weigh or rank the various financing paths or structures available for the company?
Yeah, I mean, it's relatively simple being an exploration company. We need hard dollars, what we call hard dollars, for G&A purposes. And then the rest of the capital that we need is exploration expenditures. So we will structure it in a couple different ways. Mainly, though, is we raise hard dollars for G&A purposes. So that's to run the office and keep the lights on, marketing and whatnot. The other piece is flow through financing structure. So where we can sell our shares at a premium, have less dilution, and those dollars have to go in the ground. And the fact that our investors know that those dollars go in the ground, they're much more happy to see us raise much more flow through dollars than hard dollars, knowing the fact that those dollars have to be spent in the ground to advance the project. And that's kind of the simple version of on how we structure these financings.
Thank you. And what are the inherent challenges in today's junior financing market?
Yeah, in our space, whether it be commodities or junior market, the gold space is certainly challenging in these current environments, specifically the juniors. Investors tend to, be risk off in challenging environments. So as an exploration company, we have much more risk than per se a revenue generating or a cash flow generating company like a producer. So they tend to go up cap. So that's the biggest challenge. There's also a lot of junior exploration companies out there. And when we have such a small pool of capital to go after and a much more larger, group of exploration companies, it's really hard to try to, get those investors to choose GFG or choose ABC company. So that's the biggest challenge, is that we face a really small pool of capital, and the competition for that capital is immense because there's so many exploration companies.
Yeah, like you say, it's a small pool of capital. So how do you position GFG in the minds of investors to drive participation in these financings? Because I've actually seen quite a few financings lately that have not even been fully subscribed to, and you were oversubscribed.
We're one thing we believe in is just consistent marketing. Our owners know exactly what we're up to, what the strategy is. We work really hard at communicating and marketing to our current investors as well as prospective investors. So we have a very robust marketing and digital strategy that makes sure that our investors know what's going on with the company, where the company's going, and really at this stage of the game of the junior market, you really need trust in management. So we make sure that management's always in front of our investors, and so we can build that trust.
And in the junior space, there is also the issue of liquidity with these thinly traded stocks, right? So what initiatives do you take to improve liquidity both in the U.S. and Canadian markets?
Yeah, and it goes back to mainly our marketing strategy. We also have a market maker who does an excellent job for us in making sure that there's a pretty fluid trades going through day in, day out. He does a great job of that. And then we also, back to our marketing strategy, we focus a lot in North America as well as in Europe. So we have a lot of Swiss-based institutional investors that we've targeted, that we've built over the years. We make sure we go see them 2 to 3 times a year. And from a digital strategy standpoint, we make sure that we do a lot of homework before we execute our plans to make sure that we're going after the right investors.
Thank you for that. So what can people expect from GFG Resources going forward into 2023?
Yeah, you know what? 2023 is going to be a big year for GFG. We're well capitalized. We have just over $4 million in the bank. And we're going to drill 10 to 12,000 meters this year. Specifically, with our focus will be in Timmins. We truly believe we're on the cusp of delivering the next Timmins gold deposit, and we're surrounded by mills. We have 4 mills within trucking distance of the Montclair gold project, and we'll drill 10 to 12,000 meters there. If we can have the results, and we believe we will have the results that we produced last year, this is definitely a story to watch for 2023.
Perfect. And if you want to learn more about GFG Resources, visit gfgresources.com. Thank you, Mark, for your time.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate the time and opportunity. Take care.